Yes. Scano, good morning. Nice to see you this morning, you beautiful women and everyone that will join us a little bit later or in the recordings another day. Nyawa for joining us, Grandmother Renee. We have this scheduled today, but as we know, life calls, and that sometimes, you have to, not sometimes, most times you have to do your responsibility. So thank you for joining us from not the usual place, and you'll be with us just for about 10 minutes this morning. So I know many people come here to see you. So Nyawa for showing up and being with us.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. It's a beautiful morning when it's surreal, and my prayers were answered. I have received the coal, and I have received the snow, because it's a very important gift for our survival. We need this. We need this for our future crops. We need this for our future life force on Earth. And I'm very grateful that they returned and blessed us. Um, so at this time, I like to thank Margret and all of you that are listening. It is a miracle, but it's also a prayer to be able to share all about wellness, well-being for the people. And so we do that by using kind words. That is a part of all of us. We are born to be nurturers we are to learn that first language, and that first language is of love, compassion, caring. And that was to prevent wars within ourselves that makes us sick. And so every time you swear, your body is affected. Every time you're angry at your body, it's affected. So we have to learn how to nurture ourselves and be kind to ourselves. And so we give ourselves those opportunities of saying, good morning, good day. It is a good journey. I am blessed. I am grateful. And the more you say those words, even to say thank you for this storm that came, because it was doing its job. It knows what it has to do in order to clean the land, the air, and the water so that we can be well. That's the most important thing. So at this time, I'm going to offer up my words. I'm going to do a short version, giving thanks to all our frontline workers. The frontline workers that I'm speaking about is creation. They were here before us, and their duty is to look after us so that we can continue as a human being to do the work that we've been assigned. And so I get very emotional because it's a time of much gratitude and of much love. And I think of all the people that have come here before us and all of our ancestors, that they had this opportunity to experience this love, but they didn't realize it was love. And so at this time, I'm going to bring forth the words of kindness and goodness again, but I'm going to do it in the language of my grandfathers. De tino lade ni nistaha yon honsari. De tino lade o hende rasa. De tino lade John Hekwa. De tino lade Gaisa. De tino lade Gronda Sutton Tana Aquarely song. De tino lade Kanyandira. De tino lade Sigatnigora. De tino lade Yetisotteratu Eris. De tino lade Kayeli Nawalagi. De cheetah a lot of ne sonkotia, de ganiga lakwa, de tino a lot of ne yonke sutta galakwa, de cheetah a lot of ne, or just a garani, de cheetah a lot of ne sonkoya diso. I'm in my 70s and I don't take pills because the Creator has given me all these gifts, all these things to make me well, and to have the ability to walk every morning, to see, to hear, to smell. I give thanks, you know. And if I wake up in heaviness, a sad day, I just start thanking my body, thanking it and giving thanks to it, thanking it for all that it has done, and thanking it, because that's how my grandma taught me. Was when you wake up first thing in the morning, you're taking care of your journey for the rest of your life. And when you say thank you to every part of your body, that journey's going to go a little further each day. And you're going to learn, you're going to hear, you're going to see, and you're going to smell, and you're going to taste, and you're going to feel. Your body's was meant to last for a long time, my grandma said. And you just have to take care of it like you're a limousine. And that's how she explained it. You put in the best gas, you get your tune up all the time. So you're not to start out your day, you got to fill that tank up. And that's how to prevent a lot of health problems. Fill it up with kind words, good words. Fill it up with a lot of kindness to yourself. And that's called self love, self care. That is a way to prevent a lot of health problems. Even if you have a headache, it's you got to be thankful because that headache is a messenger. It knocked on your door and it tells you time out. You need to relax. You need to rest. You need to breathe. You need to walk. You need to get up and move away and do something different. But we don't. And we cause our own problems. And yet we get angry at God. We get angry at everybody. We get angry at the whole world. But it's us that has that power. So it's up to us every morning. How do you want to fulfill your day? Is it in pain or is it nurturing? And yes, I have days that I'm tested too, just like you. I have grief. I have all those other things but I try not to have those anxieties and worries because they just get you in um, lot of road bumps. Those bumps that cause you to get off your track. And so, all I know is that what my grandma shared with me, and she would sing every morning. How many of us are singing in the morning? That's a good way. How many of you are dancing? That's the way my other grandma, she would dance. Even when you had to do chores, well, chores, that's an English word. To us, it was doing what you do to be maintaining your health and wellness. So, washing dishes, um, doing your windows, doing the floors, that's movement. And that is what your body needs is movement. And the older people that I used to hear, they said, those people, they're inventing things to make them weak. Look what we have. I can't think of that. What's that thing that goes? It's motor operated. It's just like a little. It goes on the floor and it vacuums. Well, we were supposed to get down and do those work. That's why a lot of people have health problems. They can't get down on their knees, and they can't. Their ankles. They're having a lot of problems. And you'll hear that they say, "Oh, I'm getting old because I can't get down. I can't move." And one of the things is, if you did all those, you wouldn't be suffering. You'd be running. You'd be out there doing the things that you normally do. And I'm glad when my children were ready to go to school, my mom said, "You bring them home." Because living in a city, she says, doesn't teach them reality about life. And so I did bring my kids home. So they walked. They walked great distance. They went in all kinds of weather. They didn't have any buses. And they learned to walk because my grandma, she would walk to the store because she didn't drive. So we would walk great distance. And so those are things that we have come too comfortable. We have drive-in for everything now, drive-ins. And we are cutting our lives short. Take care of that special gift you got. That's your legs, that's your arm, that's your mind, that's your body. And even I park far away from my house just so I can carry all those my groceries and things, so that I can have muscles and that my arms can be strong and firm. You see, I don't need a gym. All I have to do is just be active outside with the earth and feel that love. That's what I felt. I get out every morning and I go for a walk. I walk out there and I feel that love, that coldness on my cheek, the wind in my hair, and it's just amazing. So, this is a grandma's gift to you, a reminder that you are loved and that you are special. So please take care of you, because you are now the seeds. I have talked about the soil, I have talked about the seed, I have talked about the roots, I have talked about the stem, and now you are the seed. So, how are you going to carry this message on of wellness and well being? And so, I am on another journey today. I am with diabetes, and I'm in a training because I love this opportunity of learning how to be well and sharing that knowledge. And so I'm with the lower limb prevention, because our families have diabetes. And so that's my responsibility, is to remind the people of this journey that they're taking. Do not claim any illness. Do not claim it. Say, I have. No, don't say that, because you give it permission to take over your body. I am a human being that is making this journey with this gift that tells me how to take care of myself. So all these health problems that come to us is a reminder to take care of ourselves. It's not, as they say, doomsday. It is. I know you think I'm, oh, she's silly, because you see the doctor said, Renee, you're going to have diabetes when you get older. I wish he was here, because I would say, look at me. I'm in my 70s and I don't take pills. And I said, and I'm here. And I'm very grateful to be here. And so I say to all of you, much love, much kindness, and most of all, take care of yourself. From a grandma, I love you and I want to see the best in the coming years for you. So take care.
Mm. Yeah, well, Grandma Renee, thank you for being with us for the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks. We'll see you soon.
Take care.
And we'll carry the conversation on, because you just shared so much. So I'll remove you from the room so it's easy on you.
Okay.
Love ya.
Love you.
Oh yeah. She's so cute, eh?
Oh, and full of wisdom, and just it's inspiring to watch, listen, and to learn from. And people think it just sounds so simple. It's really important messages. Really important messages.
Yeah.
And that's what we've been sharing all month long. You are the vehicle, and you have a gift that you need to take care of, and we are the CEO of our own health. And it's really important to listen to those messages. So I'm always grateful to be able. I'm just so honored that we've been able to with you this month. It means a lot.
Oh, thank you, Margaret. And we're happy that we got connected. And just for those of you who have joined us a little bit later or would join us another time, Grandma Renee had to just kind of pop in, do her thing, and leave today because the community calls. And she is amazing. I'm blessed that we're related, and Grandmother's Voice came to be through my healing journey, meeting Grandma Renee and Grandma Gail Whitlow from Six Nations, and about 9 years ago now. And the stories that they shared with us about how this time right now, right here, right now, today, that we would be, the people would be waking up to really needing to understand and be reminded about connecting to each other, the earth, and more importantly, like you said, Margaret, yourself, and making sure that you are the CEO of your life. And that's, from a mainstream perspective, love that we were connected and have the same, Renee talks about, the metaphors of the natural world, and that's really what preserved our people, right? That is how, what they say is that ancient wisdom in everything around us that has preserved us. So yeah. So introducing Margret Wallis-Duffy, right? So thank you for this journey. The last month we've been sharing our platforms and social media, speaking about preventative health. And tell us a little bit about how this all began, to remind or share with the people where they can find you after, because this whole month was something that you started and it's pretty cool. So congratulations on that. But tell us a bit about that.
Well, thank you, Jody. And sure, I may have started it, but I'm not doing this alone. I mean, this is a testament to that we're better together as one, and I'm certainly not doing this alone. So I think, my own health story from as a young girl, going years undiagnosed with a very serious condition that, I've got a loving family, and I was an active young person and a competitive athlete, and all I wanted to do was to thrive, and my body was telling me there was something more going on, but I was being called everything from a hypersensitive only child to a drug-seeking teen, when in fact something was wrong. And what that did, grandmother Renee talks about gifts. It truly was a gift to me at a young age. Having our health challenged at any time is hard, but when you have it challenged at a really young age, it's all about the way we respond to that challenge, isn't it, Jody? And for me, I truly, was it hard? Yes. Did I go through a lot? I've had 10 surgeries, 4 bowel obstructions, a lung collapse, a fecal transplant. My son was my donor, and it saved my life. I went through menopause at 39. I'm now 56. But in hindsight, and I loved how she said, don't let the disease be you. What it taught me from a really young age is that, don't get me wrong, when there's need for acute medicine, when I needed a tube down my nose because my bowel was about to rupture, I was grateful for the conventional medicine and being able to save me in that respect. But what's equally and profoundly true, if it wasn't for complementary medicine, preventative medicine, collaboration of all sorts of allied health professionals, and me being an important member of that healthcare team, I wouldn't be speaking to you either. And we have to take a role in that. And so from a very young age, I realized that this was my life's journey. And that's why I opened my clinic, Wallis for Wellness, 32 years ago in April. It'll be 32 years that I opened the doors with this vision to bring all types of healthcare professionals together, but most importantly, to put the average everyday person at the center of their healthcare, to make them the CEO of their health, and to give them the tools and to build their health esteem so they feel empowered to be part of this journey, and mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, and even financial well-being. And so fast forward 32 years later, 2 years ago when I sold my clinic because I was ready to do more legacy work, ready to do more advocacy work, it was shocking to me that on the Health Canada website, there was all kinds of support once you had a diagnosis of a disease. And don't get me wrong, we want to support people through challenges if they're diagnosed with diabetes or whatever it may be. But it was clear to me that there was a huge gap. And that gap was that and I call it the opportunity gap, that there's nothing about preventative health. And that is the foundation, as you say, and your ancestors have lived. Prevention is critically important, and there's so much at our fingertips, on our earth that we can do to help ourselves. And so I submitted a year ago an application to Health Canada to host the first ever Preventative Health Awareness Month, or FAM. But it's not just about a month of education and empowerment. It's about living that day to day and stocking people's toolboxes with practical things that they can do to empower themselves to live well at every age and stage of life. So someone had to be the visionary to start this. And when I put out the call to over, 60 or 70 healthcare professionals from all different aspects of health, I was overwhelmed and humbled by the response saying, yes, we're in, yes. And this is, let me be clear, this is a completely grassroots, non-funded, volunteer-based movement. And it's been humbling. In less than 13 months, we've done 2 full campaigns. We're 29 days this month. We gave free education, and we'll continue to the rest of the year. And collaborations like yours and other, I've got regional cancer centers reaching out and saying, this is incredible what you're doing. And because a bunch of people that are like-minded and want to see change came together, Preventative Health Awareness Month and movement is really taking on a new life of its own. And I'm honored to be leading it. And I cannot wait to see where it goes. Today's the last day of FAM 2024, the month. But March 1st, it becomes FAM the movement. We have work to continue doing. And it's collaborations like with Grandmother's Voice that matter. It needs to be inclusive. It needs to be a movement that allows all people. And I'm so proud of what we've been accomplishing and what we'll continue to accomplish. We just hosted, Jody, on the weekend, a men's mental health and addiction prevention event. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. And the feedback has been amazing. We've done all different types. If you go to wallisforwellness.com and click on the FAM button, you'll see the calendar. And if you go to Instagram, Wallis for Wellness, become the CEO of your health, you're going to see all kinds of education that we've shared for the month, including some of the incredible work that you're doing and sharing to help people get into the driver's seat of their health. So I'm sure, am I tired? Because it's been a busy month, you bet, but I'm invigorated to continue to do this work. I'm sitting at government tables saying we need investment. We need to create real legacy change. And I'm not going to give up because we're just getting started and there's a need for it. So I'm humbled to continue this mission forward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Nyawa, I think it's so important. People are ready. Yes. We know this. We know that through COVID, a lot happened. There was obviously a lot of bad, a lot of good, a lot of shift in mindsets. Yes. And so people are looking, they say, right? And sorry for just kind of looking off to the side here. I thought that I had a banner that had your information, but like you said, just check out Margret Wallis, and you'll find her. It'll lead you, I'm sure, to her page. I have to, in my part in all of this, because I really truly believe that in everything that I do, it's about reconciliation and bringing that knowledge forward. How did we get here that our society is so unwell? And how do we get here that our men are so unwell and not taken care of or are too afraid to speak about their emotions and all of that stuff? And I always bring it back to reconciliation. Every single issue in our society right now, the unwellness of our society, whether it be in housing issues, financial, like whatever, healthcare, is because of genocide and what happened to Indigenous people here. We're a young, new country, right? And we have people from all over the world that have come here, and it's only been a couple hundred years. So I really, truly believe that we're very fortunate to have people like you that are doing this movement, that are saying, hey, wellness was left out of the structure of our society. Right? We know this. We know that there was nothing preventative. It's not about here's a way of being well. We had healthcare, right, to take care of people when they're sick and when they get sick. But how did we get here where our society is so sick? So, I know you and I talked about that right from the get-go, from our relationship building. How does what you're doing really point back to the lack of including Indigenous voices in the structure of our wellness system? And so right now we know we're in a movement of changing our healthcare system. We know that needs to happen. How do we bring this alternative, preventative, whatever that is, that wraparound, I like that allied, healthcare,
yes,
complementary healthcare, and know that we should be putting it's I don't like to use the word simple. It's help me with this word. I'm trying to think of how indigenous ways of knowing is it reaches people. It's
organic. It's organic.
Practical. It's practical.
It is. And
word,
right? Back just on Sunday, another event that we did for Preventive Health Awareness Month in collaboration. This is what I love, that we're collaborating with so many organizations and professionals that believe in this mission, which is what's so humbling to be the leader of. With Farm Girl Fitness in Milton, we did on Sunday a collaborative nature walk and forest bathing on a sunny winter's day, and to watch and to witness and to experience my almost 81-year-old mother was with me, and there was all these people laying on the forest floor, looking up at the trees, doing breath work, feeling the wind, all the things that Grandmother Renee talked about, and then really bringing context to the fact, the healing properties of all of this, and really making people understand that this is right like in your backyard, that you can actually go and do this. And we did do that on Sunday. And I got to tell you, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, everyone leaving that day, there was a sense of connection to one another. There was a sense of connection to the earth and what we're doing and what's available to us, free of charge. You've got to be kind to it. And it was so, it's what I needed last Sunday.
It was a beautiful day. That was a beautiful day, right?
It was. And but it was a beautiful day because it made people realize when they're laying on the ground in the forest, and then they're experiencing and sharing how they felt afterwards, physically in their body, how they felt, how there were changes and chemical changes as a result.
Yeah.
It was so really powerful. And this is what we need to do more of. And this is what this movement is about, is really helping to, like you said, mindset is shifting. People want to help themselves, but they don't know where to turn, because for 70 years, we've been waiting till things are broken and trying to fix it, when we have to be more empowered and accountable and proactive. And that's what this message is.
Yeah. And it's funny because I understand that from that mainstream perspective, the people who don't understand where Indigenous people have been, right? But that is our culture.
Yes.
Knowing that Mother Earth is there for us to give her our pain, to give her all of the things that that we hold inside us, and she's asking us, please give it to me so that I can, the more we give to her of ourselves so that we're happy, the more she becomes happy. That's what my teachings are. And so this is why, and this is what was taken from Indigenous people. And that's the perspective that I bring to these conversations in my teachings. That's what we do with Dennis Windigo. I am land, I am medicine. And when we can go back to those original teachings, that is how we stay well, is by going out on the land and being with the trees and the animals and the sun, and knowing that these elements are to restore our spirit, our bodies. It's really profound. So I really look forward to growing this with you and being that, that indigenous element and
Yes.
And ally, I guess you could say, and sharing that knowledge along the way, that this is ancient wisdom that needs to be, it's time for the Indigenous voice to restore this and renew this, this knowledge. They deserve it. People like Grandmother Renee, who it was taken from, right from her and my ancestors, they deserve this opportunity. So I'm grateful that we were able to do this together alongside each other, and we'll continue to share what you're sharing, and, and tag and be together on this walk, because that's really what this time is about. So I'd like to also just, mention, as we, kind of depart for our day. I know you have a lot going on. You're going to work and heal people, which is wonderful. We have our Honoring the Matriarch, which is for International Women's Day. That's March 8th. And I'll just pop this poster up right now, since look at that, it just pops in between us and we can look at this. This is open to everyone, all women, all men from the four directions, wearing your, most pride outfit, regalia, traditional attire. This is a request of the grandmas. And we're really excited. That's going to be at Country Heritage Park. You can go on to our website and purchase tickets to support the movement. And that's exactly what we're creating as well. Movement, bringing women together, and it's time. So just really grateful for this opportunity with you, Margret, and building our relationship is really important to me. So Nyawa for everything that you do for the wellness of people.
Well, thank you. And today being the last day, we opened with Grandmother's Voice on February 1st. And it was in my heart. I knew that we had to sort of wind up the day. We still have more content coming out for today, but I really felt that we needed to come back together, like you said, shoulder to shoulder, arm in arm, as we close off this awareness month. But as we both know, the work continues. March 1st is tomorrow, and Preventative Health Awareness Month now becomes Preventative Health Awareness Movement. All in the comments, make sure I put a link so people can go and subscribe to the blog and join the family, join our family, PHAMILY, because together we can make a difference. And that really, I'm humbled and grateful for the learning that I'm doing from you. And this came long before Preventative Health Awareness Month started. I've had the privilege of being introduced to you a couple of years ago, and we've nurtured this relationship. I've gone and heard Dennis speak as a healthcare professional. I want to say all healthcare professionals out there, if you have an opportunity to learn from Dennis, I tell you, it's a transformative day as a healthcare professional to learn from him and to figure out how I can integrate that into the work that I do as a regulated health professional. So we've got a lot of work to do, Jody, and I just am so grateful for your willingness to link arms with us. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Yeah, well, thanks, sister. And we'll see everyone soon. Tonight we have our drummers coming on to just kind of share what's going to happen on March 8th. So for those of you watching and you want a little lift later on today, you can join the Butterfly Spirit Drummers. So yeah, we'll see you soon. Thanks, Margret.
Bye, everyone.